Hi everyone, welcome to Get Ready with me, Louise. How are you today? I'm feeling pretty good, y'all. Just saying. Okay, so what we're going to be doing today is a second look using the Huda Beauty Grunge palette. And I do have some thoughts on it. Now, the other thing is, again, I'm a little yellow. I can't figure it out. And the light is bouncing, so we're just going to have to go with it. I'm looking really shiny, even though in the mirror I'm not. But the yellow you're seeing on the skin, that is correct because I used a neutral, supposedly, uh, shade today. It's 40N, the Foundation X Plus by Natasha. I really love this foundation. It's discontinued, but I will say that it's more of a matte. Well, it is a matte foundation. Well, maybe skin light. No, more matte. So I have noticed that now with the more matte foundations, it does settle in my lines, and I don't know how to stop that because I really had a dewy base. So there's that I'm now noticing for what reason I don't know. But I'm also wearing the Natasha Denona concealer today. And then for bronzer, I pulled out my Bronze Dawn by Pat McGrath. And for blush and highlighter, I'm using... Where did it go? See, everything just sort of disappears on me. And I'm like, where did you go to? I don't understand how you keep disappearing from me, but they do. It all just disappears. That's not it. That's the Film's Bronze and Glow, which I was actually going to wear this today, but I ended up using Charlotte Tilbury, but it's the little, there it is. No, that's not it either. It's the blush and highlighter duo thing I got a couple of weeks ago that released with her palette, because I was actually going to use her palette, but I didn't feel like that color story today. I felt this color story today because I'm in that kind of mood. I mean, I'm not in a bad mood. I'm just not, But I have no idea where I even put that palette to show you or to tell you the name of it. It's the lighter one. Alright, so maybe it'll come to me as we're doing a look. I don't know. I don't know where it could have disappeared to. Oh, is that it? That's it. Hollywood Blush and Glow Glide Palette. That's what it says. It's this one. That's the blush and highlighter. I love this little palette. These two little things right here, the Bronze and Glow and this, are just amazing. They really are. Like, I love these two little things. Alright, now, powder is the Lunar Beauty, because I'm stuck on it, y'all. I am stuck on that powder, man. And, I like his eyeshadows. I do. Like, I love it. I really do. I think they're easy to use. The color stories are, for the most part, I can get down behind and stuff. But there's something about this powder that I really like, and I'm curious now if I should get that like bronze thing that he has, or the contour and bronze circle thingy he has. I'm so curious if I should get that. Anyway, so this is the palette we're going to be playing with again today, and I did choose different shades again for this, except for the inner corner, because I feel like this is really the only shade for my inner corner. Maybe that one, maybe. But I was feeling this anyway. So let's get started. So the first shade we're going to go into today is Brave. But I will say that I kinda am enjoying this palette. And I've watched reviews now, and I haven't seen anybody really say they didn't like the palette. Although, I'm so curious on this question, y'all. I've heard a lot of people say they don't think it's grunge. they don't see where you get a grunge look, right? Now, I know that terminology changes through the years, like what we would call, what we used to call the oldies are now not the oldies. Our music's the oldies. Y'all, I heard that on the radio. Every time I hear it, I'm like, no. But anyway, so is is that what happens? Like, are like like what are you got grunge? You got like heavy metal. You have like is it emo? You have like freak. You have what other is there? Anyway, the terminology. But I'm curious because I look at this and maybe it's my error. I don't know. I'm 43. But I had somebody comment that was 10 years older than me say, that's not grunge without a green. And I was like, really? Like, that intrigued me. And I was like, interesting. So I'm curious, you all. What is the color story of grunge? I should have looked it up and seen if it came up, but I didn't. I didn't. But, I mean, because I feel like it kind of could vary, maybe, per person and per, like, age group, maybe. Because I'll be honest, I look at this palette, I don't know if I see grunge, okay? Unless 90s looks are considered grunge, because that's what I see in this palette, is a 90s look. Just saying. That's my opinion on it. But it could very well be. I don't know. But I would have never thought like green for grunge. Because I asked my fiance, like, when you think of the word grunge, what colors? He started at first telling me what grunge was. I was like, that is not what I'm asking you. I'm asking you, what colors do you, if you heard the word, what do you see? But he was like black, gray, dark blue, dark purple. Again, never said green, But he's 3 years younger than me. So, I don't know. Like, just curious. Because I just see a 90s look, really, or a cool tone palette, It's got, I would say half the palette is more of the purple undertone, and half the palette is more, well, no. Like, okay. Purple leaning tones, right? These two, though, I feel are more like neutral undertones or grayish undertone. It just looking at it, you know what I mean? Like, it's just looking like, or even a neutral, I don't know, like a brown, more brown color. I mean, I personally love the color story. I do. I like it. Does it necessarily go with the name of it? I don't know about that, but I like the color story. We're going to go into Nirvana now, which is this one right here. Yeah. And I'm going to just start to build that up in this outer corner. Because these shades are pigmented. And really they come off. They can be built up even darker than what you're seeing. Which is cool. But at the same time, do be careful. I don't know. I guess you could have called it the 90s palette. But, then again, this may be her era of grunge. I don't know. I truly don't. And I don't even know what the difference. There could be a difference in all those terminologies, I truly do not know. course, my fiance, he said that the terminology, there is a difference, and generally it's music. Which I guess I could see that. Because music changes through the years too, and evolves, and because I never really listened to the music my dad listened to, really. Some of it, but not, it wasn't like my favorite. But my mom, because there's a 10-year difference between my mom and dad, my mom's music, though, I did grow up listening to, and I enjoyed it. And I find it funny because, like, nowadays, I don't know if it works like that. My oldest daughter likes the music I listen to, but she grew up listening to that music, that I listen to. But my youngest daughter, where there's a 14-year gap. Yeah, I know. There was a gap. She don't really care for the music I listen to for the most part. Some of it, the newer music I like, sure. But for the most part, older time music, no. But I'm telling you, I kind of like this looking palette, though. I'm not even gonna lie. And somebody else, speaking of that, said about the My Dream. Does it kind of remind you of the My Dream? A little bit. I need a nude. I don't even know where the My Dream palette is. Oh, right there it is. Right there it is. There she is. I mean, this is more, you got a little bit of warm in the My Dream palette. You know what I mean? It's not completely cool toned. So there's the My Dream, and there's that. So you can definitely see a difference, but there's a couple shades that are reminiscent. Like the first 2 rows of the My Dream could be good into this one. After that, maybe not so much. But that's still pretty palette. Still pretty palette. Get it back in its place. There we go. I don't know. There's just something about it I really like with this palette. Alright, we gotta take that first shade, Brave, and we gotta run that under the lower lash line, because I forgot to do that. And then I pulled out my Marc Jacobs, because I have a lot of his eyeliners, and some of them have never even opened up yet. Which I'm hoping means that the expiration date has not went out on them. But I did have to sharpen this one, because it's a purple, more purple. I can't read the name of it, but it's more purple toned. But it felt like it was drying out, yet it had never been opened. So I'm not happy about that. But I'm going to use it now that I've opened it. But once I sharpened it, it went on fine. Not a problem at all. I cannot wait for Marc Jacobs to come back out. And I know the formula is going to be different because it's a different, brand or different company producing it, but I can't wait. Okay, we're going to go into Haphazard now, this one right here. And I'm just going to pick it up on my finger a little bit. And I'm just going to push it on the outer portion of my lid. I know, y'all, I'm working with my fingers. Craziness, right? Even more crazy is I'm using this hand. And I hate using my left hand for stuff because it feels like I have no control because I am right-handed, But I just pushed it like a little over a third of the lid. Just to keep the depth, you know what I mean? And then I'm going to wipe it off with my little rag here. I don't know if I should do this. I feel like I need to use this hand to do this, but we're going to go with it. We're going to go with Strong AF, this mixed color, and I'm going to pick it up on my finger. And we're going to put it on the inner portion of my lid. And I am so scared I'm going to make a mess. I was like, what possessed me? What I had done, what happened was I was like trying to figure out what shades I wanted to use for the lid, because I knew I wanted to use different ones in the last look, you know. And I picked them up on my finger, and then I ended up just tapping them, but it worked on the lid on this eye, you know. So I was like, well, we'll just go with it, you know. And I didn't make a mess, but it was almost like it was accidental, where this part here is very much purposely. And I'm like, this is going to be everywhere because I'm purposely now doing this, you know. But I don't think I did too bad. I think I did okay. Let's go back into Nirvana. And blend. I don't know, y'all. I just really like this palette a lot. And here's the thing. I'm sure of it that I've got palettes like this, right? But I feel like I probably didn't like them when they came out, because it's been just recently that I've gotten into these cool tones like I have. It's probably as good as it's going to get for this, to be honest. Okay, we're going to go into Maverick now, and I'm going to put that on my inner corner. And you can really, okay, you talking about a good silver? Seriously, this Maverick shade, like, I am barely touching it and patting it in, like, it, and blending it out, because it will go silver. Like, you'll have beautiful. Okay, that's what you'll have. You'll have beautiful. Do we need these things? No, we don't. But do we like these things? Yes, yes, we do. We like these things a lot, I will say. Alright, now we're going to take the Nirvana shade again, and I am going to line the lower lash line and top lash line with it. You will have to be careful with these shades, though, these metallic shades, because you will get fallout if you're not spraying it or laying down a glue or something. I didn't get too much when using the finger, and that's probably has to do with the heat from your body, which is great. But be careful, because even if it's not on your face, I promise you it's in your lashes. But at the same time, like, it brushes away nicely, to be fair. That is such a pretty shade. Really, I like this. I like the shade Rebel a lot, and the shade Strong AF a lot. I mean, these are some pretty looks you're gonna get out of this palette, and I'm not even a makeup artist, so that goes to tell me too, like, when I do create a pretty look, if I'm like, wow, that's really pretty, like really, really pretty, then I know that the palette is really good. Because I'm not a makeup artist. And if I can, create anything really that looks decent, then it's a win in my book. Because it wasn't due to my skill that it came out looking as good as it did. I can promise you that. Now, it could be because of my brushes, because I do have good tools. I won't, deny that. But I'm not even using the best of my tools at the same time. But, I mean, they are still good. Alright, we're going to put a little bit more of Strong AF in the middle of my lid. I'm just going to pick it up on a brush, and I'm going to be very careful because I do want that to pop. I don't care that it blends out everywhere else, but right there I want it to pop. Of course, I don't want to lose the shade either at the back end of the look. That is so pretty. I'm like living for this look, y'all. You know what would have been cool too? Could you imagine, seriously? Could you? Well, actually, no. Because my parents would never. Okay? But could you imagine if you were back in high school, getting ready for school, and you had this kind of makeup that you could play with? I don't think I'd ever leave. I already got up at 5 a.m. to do my makeup. Of course, I had to catch my bus at 6, so it's not like, it was, we lived out in the country, so it was an hour bus ride. Sometimes an hour and 10 minutes, depending. But, could you imagine? I would be up at like probably 4, to be honest. If I had makeup, if